Hey, everybody, it's Miriam here, and I am back in my craft room at my desk. And believe it or not, this is actually organized. I have a bunch of ephemera in my clear container here, just random ephemera that I can pull from. I have some, I'm not sure what's even in this. I laid it over here because it just happened to be laying on my other desk. Ah, yes, my slides, some tickets, and some things like that. And some little stamped labels that I did one day. So I have that container handy and a few of the little stamped vintage photo pieces. I have random stuff in the clear container, and I have my little 4x7 journal. It is 1, 2, 3 3/4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inches tall. So I have just put random things in this little journal. I sewed signatures in again, but they got punched a little crooked, so okay, forgive me. I'm a little off, but I'm going to just trim off the tops of these pages, and it will not be that noticeable. I'm not worried. This is my own journal. So I have random pages I put in this, and I thought I'd just bring you along today while I decorate and play in my journal. I put one of my little closure folios that we did online in here, and it is in the back of the journal with a couple pockets on the inside. And I'm not sure what that is in there, but it's really not supposed to be anything. And so now I have a couple, at least, oh, this is a little booklet that we made at one point when we did the Rolodex cards, I believe. This is 2 of the Rolodex cards. And we created these pockets that I'm using right here online as well. So we have that with the 2 pockets in the back. And you could also slip other pieces in. And I guess that pocket doesn't want to stay glued at the bottom. So this side is more like a little belly band piece. But they're staying in there, so I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. Here we go. Get that turned around here. I don't know why it's not wanting to turn all the way on me. There we go. I think it's just the way the other corner of the paper was. There we go. Got it. And then in the front, I glued down one of these little folio pieces that we made. The top opens up, and there's a hidden tag down in that, and there's a pocket down here. And when you place, there's a writing space here, and you can put a tag into this. It holds that pocket closed, and we need another tag to put here. So why not, let's pull from my little bucket up here and see what I have. I have this guy, and he is one of our Velcro tags. So I think he would be great to put in the front. I'm going to get my ink here, and I'm going to go ahead and ink the inside of this up because that's what I like. And we'll go from there. I also am looking for my sander, which is clear up out of the way, but let me see if I can reach over here and get it. Baby wipes might hit the floor, but almost had it. Almost. Got it. Without anything falling. Yay. I ate my Wheaties this morning, apparently. So, what I want to do here is, I feel like I got a lot of little paper edges along the edge here that are just bugging me right now. So, I'm going to run my sander down through there and just kind of get rid of those, and that'll smooth those edges out to where it won't look like a paper cut with scissors. And it just kind of gives it a much smoother look. See how smooth that looks now when I do that? I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And then I'm going to ink it up, and it's going to go in that front pocket of my journal. I'd like to have a lot of places where if I want to write, I can do that in them. So that's what I like to create from my own journals anyway. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. It finally warmed up a bit here in the Ohio Valley. We got some 60-some degree weather today. Almost made it up to 70. I'm not sure that it completely made it all the way, but it did make it up quite a bit. Now let me get my dauber inked up here, and I'm going to ink this because apparently I did not do the inside or the outside when we made it. I kind of skipped some things when I was doing my videos only because it just inking and those kinds of things take longer. So I thought I'd work on this for about an hour or so, and we'll see what we can get done in it. Maybe I'll have today and tomorrow we'll be working in this new journal, and we'll make some new things for it along the way. Stay tuned. Next couple days I'll be posting a video about a very unusual household item to use in your junk journal, but it's certainly that probably the majority of people have in their home, and it's just another item that you can repurpose to use in your junk journal. And thus far I've not seen anyone online using it, so can't say somebody already has it, but I have not seen anyone using it. So I'm just inking all my edges here, covering up any whites where I might not have matched things well. The beauty of inking things up, because that you can use the ink to ink up the things that just where your paper's just not quite long enough or something. Just put your ink along the edge and ink up your white edges. If you like ink, don't be afraid to ink with it. I'm using Vintage Photo ink, so my ink might look, a little different than yours. It's because the Distress Oxides are definitely appear quite different than, say, the Distress inks. Sorry, my mind just went totally, whoop, there it went, right out the window. And just want to add a little bit of ink there to the back of that tab. And while I'm at it, I'm going to give me a little bit on the front. And I'd like to sturdy up this up here on the top, so when I'm opening it, it's a little bit sturdier with that Velcro. So I thought maybe I could pull out from somewhere in the midst of all my little thingies here a very small label of some kind that I could use on that tag to kind of, or a couple labels that I could use to kind of strengthen that up a bit. I like these. These look like stamps, but they were actually cut out of the lining, inside lining of a book, and they just have this, they just look like stamps to me. You know what? It's gonna go. Now I'll need something, little label to go with it. So, and all my little labels have probably fallen to the very bottom of this. So let me see what I can come up with here. Nope, 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 nope. Here we go. Maybe, oh, I got a stamp. I got some other tiny little things here. Give it a little pinch and see what comes out. Another label and a stamp. That brown stamp will be really good. Let's see what else I might have here that's a little, has a little more sturdiness than what I have on here. Okay, your paper. I don't want paper. You're a great tiny label, but not for this. What? I bet you they've... Here's perfect. I just saw something that will work great. And it's down in the side, so I'm going to pull it from the side, and we're going to use it. There we go. This is a miniature little... Where'd my little... Here it goes. See, I can't even... I touch things and it falls to the floor. Leave it to me. Okay. I don't think that's exactly what I want. But I do like the... What if I just put that down there? I don't know. Now I can't decide. And I don't want to pull anything out without using what I have out. But let's see. Maybe I can spot something from the outside where I can pull it in, because I really want tiny here. And I'm just not seeing anything small enough to do what I wanted to do. Here's a label that says vintage. So let's see if I can work its way down here without dumping all my stuff. There we go. Couple more things have popped out. And oh, I got a little teeny tiny brown tag, so that'll be perfect. That's not the vintage thing I was looking for, but my little tiny brown tag went somewhere too. Oh, heavens me, oh my. Here's what I was actually looking for. So let's just flip this back over if I can. There we go. All right. Now, let's see what we can come up with the little things. The tiny little brown flag that or tag that I had will probably reappear in the future someday. But I couldn't tell you where it is. Oh, here, I just saw the most perfect thing. This is what I wanted. A very small label. Yeah, there we go. So we can use that. And where is that? Oh, where'd it go? This is kind of small, so we're going to cut this and we're going to use it. Like, I really can't hardly tell I cleaned my desk up. I have so much stuff on it. So I'm going to cut this down to use. I'm going to cut the tag off the back because it'll still be single-sidedly useful. I just need and I'm cutting a little bit of my frame down with this as well. I'll go just outside the little tiny brown part, light brown part of my frame I have here, just to make it smaller so it'll fit here. Most of what I have today, I'm just going to be sticking it in, because a lot of things are ready to go that we made. Okay, let's get these things out of my way and back into my ephemera box. I'm going to leave my stamp just in case I change my mind here. Okay, those are going to go back in there. And we're going to take our glue and glue my little things down on top here. All right. Hopefully my glue is flowing freely today. I've got a glue stand here. There's my little sander. my mini sander, and I like to set my glue down in there upside down. Gotta be careful because I always ink up things I don't intend to ink up because I lay my stamp on top of my notebook. So we're just gonna scoot it to the side for now so I can work on this and not lose everything. I do want... Man, guys, forgive me. I am just scattered today. I don't know what my problem is. I felt scattered all the day long today. So why should this moment be any different? Don't have a clue why, but that's just where I am. I just slipped right under that mat. There we go. Goodness gracious, it's doing it on me again. All right. Now, third time is always a charm, right? So let's get that held in my fingers here so I can't pop it out of there. And just going to ink it up. Okay. Now I'll go ink up this other one. And we're just going to layer them on here, and that's going to be what it's going to be. So let's put this down. All right, come on, glue. Are you blowing? Or do we need to give you a poke? I even have a needle close by I can just grab. I'm doing good, except for my brain's just completely scattered today. I've been using a different glue, and this glue bottle just sat for too long, I think, and it just needed to be cleared out with a pen, I guess. I get that way after a while. Okay, so I'm going to put this down, and I'm going to kind of leave it up towards the left, kind of towards the top, and then I'm going to put the vintage below it, kind of hanging off there. Okay. And then I'm just going to put this here like this. And that will make that sturdy enough that I'm good with that. And it is a done deal. So get in here to my pocket and lift my pocket up a bit. Let me grab my little scissors here. And it's only because this is a pocket hasn't been used a lot. I just have to lift it up to get my tag started in here. I didn't put any kind of a little notch or anything because it's supposed to be like a hidden pocket there, or a hidden journaling spot underneath. So we got journaling on the inside and journaling underneath. Let me get... Perhaps I can get my hands circulating properly, and we'll get this. There we go. It's all right. I will put this in there, and that'll fix that little spot where I rubbed it, a little thing on it. And eventually that pocket will stretch up enough to where I don't have to do that every time I put it in there. See, it's already stretching up there because this tag is a bit fatter than the one I had in here previously. Okay, he fits. I don't know why he wouldn't, but we're going to put him right down in here. Yes, he does. And I like that it's going to stick out just a little bit over the top of my journal like that. Yep, I like that sticking out. All right, so now I think we will do something. Let's do something here. I do have a belly band that we have already made. So it's got little tags in it, and that actually is perfect to put right there. It just fits this page. So I'm going to glue it down at the top and the bottom. All my little envelopes have a little something stuck in them, and I believe somewhere I have another one of these matching envelopes that I could use on this to cover up the bottom edge. I'll have to keep an eye out for it as I am working here. All right. Turn this around. And we'll put an envelope or something that we've made, a journaling card perhaps in here. Okay. And we're gonna make sure we get it down so it's not upside down by any means. Yeah, I like that. In fact, I think I see one of the tiny little envelopes here, and I do, and I see a little teeny tiny square card here that fits inside it that probably fell out of it. So I'm going to reach down in here, clear to the bottom, and get my little square card. There we go. And we're going to glue this down here at the bottom of this belly band after I put my little brown card in here. So each one of these has a little card or a little tiny card or tag in it. No, I probably won't write on them, but they do look cute to have something in them if you go to open them up. So I just made this out of little tiny envelopes and put her down, and away we go. All right. I'll just hold that down for a minute here. Okay. So there we go. Now we just need a journaling card or something to put under here. See what we have in my little bundle of wonders here. I know I had a lot of journaling cards. But I would rather use a journaling card that's already made as to start from scratch with one. And that's a tag. I don't want to use a tag. Well, let's just see what's in my other box here. I know I have other things. More tags. A little envelope, but that's an envelope pocket. So we don't want to... Let's slip our little purple girl in there. And I probably have some lace or something I can... Yep, I have some pretty lace over here that I can use on the top of this. I'm going to cut this part off. Yeah, I'm just doing, I don't know, maybe 4 to 6 inches. I don't know how much it is. Just guessing. Cutting a piece out here. And I'm just going to put it through there, and that will be the topper for my tag. And I like how that purple, you know, there to the side is kind of sticking out. These are the Cottage Girls from my porch prints, and I just absolutely love them, so I'm using them in this journal. I have Cottage Boys as well, so I'm going to probably use a little bit of both. So do I want to put both of these together in this? No, I just want one. And it's completely blank on the back for writing. If we wanted to come along and stencil on the back of this, we could. I also could stamp something on the back of this. But I think what I'm going to do is see if I've got a... Do I want to back it before I get going here with something? I have some papers here. Some coffee dyed notebook paper, some random... Let's go ahead and glue this onto this piece of paper. It's random front page out of a book. See, will it be wide? Yeah, I'm just going to tear this down through here, and before I put that topper on, I'm going to get my glue stick, and we're just going to cover the back of this tag, and then we'll cut and ink it. And this is how I do it, everyone. Oh, did you look at that? We need a little more glue on there to hold that baby on. So let's get that glued back on here. They're just stickers, and I probably should have put glue on them when I put it down that day. I got that stuff. You learn, right? You don't know if you don't try it. But it just goes to show you not all adhesives are created equal. So y'all, we're getting up there in subscribers. I welcome my new subscribers. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe below. And if you ever have any comments for improvements or suggestions of things you might want to see, or I'm always open to feedback, so you're welcome to share below. And I will take those things into consideration. Getting a glue stick here, because it's the best thing when you're gluing two papers together is using glue stick. So I'm going to slip that in my drawer here and lay this up out of my way for a minute. And then we'll get this glued down and put it in there, and that page will be good. I've got the first page. I got quite a lot of space on there that I can stencil or do something on. And I do have a couple stencils laid out. I might try my go at stenciling. I don't know about that. We'll see. I'm not great. I admit. Stencils are not the greatest thing for me to use. Oh, looky there. We're going to use up the end of this glue stick. That'll probably, this will be the last use for this one. So, get this baby in here and get it covered and inked and cut and ready for the journal, huh? Make sure I get all the edges good. Covering all my edges. There we go. Alrighty. Just simply putting it down. There we go. I don't have my little hole punch, so this paper that I'm using to put on the back here is a lot thinner than most. So I'm going to let it dry completely, put it under my little clear container and I'll come back to it here later on. There we go. That'll keep it flat while I move on to the next thing. My glue stick is padded. Alright. So, alright. Got a pocket. We're going to glue her shut. It's just my glue lid that I'm done with. Okay, get that down on there. And I'm just going to close that. Okay, I really like this page here. So I don't want to cover it up. However, I have this bit here that I could use to make a flip with. So let's see what I have in my pile that I can use to make myself a flip for more writing space. Ooh, I have a piece of newsprint. It's just already cut for this. So what if, let's do this. Let's add this in here, and so it can open up like that. And yeah, I like that. Then we've got, we'll have I'll put a pocket here, and we'll have here, here, and back here to journal on. That'll be perfect. So we're going to slip this in here, and I'm going to go ahead and put glue down the edge of this edge. And then, can you see where I'm gluing? No, let me move down. I'm just adding this in here like this. Okay. I'm not sure how long I'm going to work on this today, but tell you what, I will come back tomorrow and work on it some more, so. Okay, so we're going to glue this bit down. And we should have a pocket. And this should be enough to hold this little piece of newsprint paper in here. So it will give us extra journaling room. Yep, that's going to go like that. And that one's going to go like that. And I'm going to pull it down so it's even with the other paper here. Yep. Just push the edges down. And then let's see, do we want it, maybe a piece of this down across here? Shame I don't have any super, ooh, look at that. You'd see the green through it. That's what I want to do. Yeah, that is what I want to do. So we're going to put the glue down here, right beside the green. Make sure I get a good bit of glue on there. I think this is a two-hand glue job. Yeah, there we go. I get lots of glue on there. I'm not sure where that piece came from. Looks like it's a little punched out leaf, but I don't know where it came from. Must have been in my bucket of ephemera. All right. Yep. Put you away. So let me get my scissors here so I can cut a piece. And I know I've worked with this white glue. I know it doesn't dry so quickly that I am going to run out of room here or anything. Or it's going to dry and I won't be able to get this, run out of time, I guess I should say. See, I told you my brain was scattered today. Didn't I? Alright, so we're going to just put that across there so we can see the pretty green under it. And cut it down here at the bottom. There we go. And then I can come back and slip some kind of a tag in here. Or a journal card. There we go. Scissors didn't want to cut it there for a minute. Alright, so we got that. And then we have the space under there. And actually, we're just going to ink this. And I think I'm just going to put this in here. We didn't give that other pocket anything either yet. So let's see here. This tag's mainly for looks more than anything. There's not a lot of writing space on it. However, there is a lot of writing space with this page because this can go right in here. And then we have this part and we can flip this up and we have the back there. So, and then we have a hidden, I like how that astrology is there, but I think I'm going to leave it. Do I want to put something on there? What do I want to do? I'm just looking to see what I have out. Here's some little pockets, journaling tags, pockets. You are some pieces of, let's see, those are all little flower pieces of ephemera. Do I want to put like a little hidden pocket in here? I can't decide. We'll come back. That'll make it awful thick if we add something in there. So we shall return to that. Ooh, look at this picture. I think I will use it because I just love it. It reminds me of my childhood living in the 70s. So let's see here. Where'd you go? There you are. Let's neaten this. It's got two photos on the back, but I also like this vintage picture on the other side, so we're going for the picture. Because that's what we do when we make journals, don't we? Get these out of here. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to go ahead. I could put it on a piece of cardstock and make it a pocket. Alrighty. Here we go. Not cardstock. But it's enough. It's paper that has a little sturdiness so we could use it as a pocket. So I still have some glue stick left here on my little glue stick. So see if there's enough to do this. think what we're going to do here is put this down, but put it down in a way that we can create like a couple gussets in this pocket. I think that would be really cool. Let's just use this edge and just give it enough. There we go. And I'm going to leave a little edge around the top because I'm going to fold the top down and give it a little strength here. Don't need much. 1/2 inch probably would do it. And know that I didn't cut that straight, but that's alright. We're going to take advantage of the paper. And we're just going to fold it across here. And we'll glue down the extra edges to make sure that the edges are good and glued down. Let me get rid of my scraps. And I know I haven't pulled out any of those resin pieces, but I think this might be a good time to pull one out and maybe use one here. Let's see if we don't have a resin piece that we can put on the front of this somehow. A little number label or something that we put resin on here. Let's fold this down. And that'll reinforce here. And then I'm going to go across this top edge here with my white glue because, actually, yeah, there we go. Oh, don't do that, Miriam. You'll tear up your picture. There we go. I'm just squirting some white glue down in here, just along this edge here to get that edge stuck down good. And we're going to cut out our corners, fold our sides and bottom, and we have a pocket. See how easy that was? You can make them out of anything you happen to have around. And I'm going to fold over the paper like I did the top and just fold it straight. I'll trim up my picture if I have to. And cut this top here down. That way don't have to see that extra paper there folded. There we go. Just even this up. It's too fragile to use the sander on, I think. There we go. And let's just fold over this side then. Okay. Now we're going to fold the bottom up. And there's our little pocket. So let's open this back up and get rid of our extra little scraps here. And we're just going to put this down. Should get plenty of glue on here to hold my pocket. Okay. All right. And I'm just going to take my finger and smush this. Then we'll look in our resin pouch and see if we can come up with something. One of our resin pieces or something along that line that we can use on here. I don't want to put a thumb notch in this because I really want to preserve this picture here. I'll go ahead and fold that over. And let's see. My resin pieces are up here. Is this them, perhaps? I believe it is. I think this is them. So let's see what we've got here. We've got some little bits and labels under here that might work well. Kind of like that one because it looks like a stop sign, doesn't it? And here is a plain old label-y one that maybe we can put with it, or this one. Okay. Here we've got a few labels out. Let's just see what we do here. I really like this one because it reminds me of a stop sign, and this is Class 090, which this looks like. Could it be school kids? Maybe. So let's do, we want to do, you know, I don't think we need that one. Let's just put this right here. Yep, that's what we're going to do. These have a little bit more weight, so you might have to put just a wee bit more glue on them than you would paper. So we're just going to put that one right there. Oh, I like that. There we go. And then we have our pocket. And I had something to put in that pocket momentarily a few minutes ago, but you know what? I think these guys, this simple little tag here with this couple would be perfect for that. And she needs a little more, they need a little more glue under their feet. So let's give them a little more glue under their feet. Wow. Not sure why my glue isn't coming out. There it is. There it is. How dare you hide on me? Okay. Now, do we want to add a resin piece to this tag? There's not a lot on it. New phone number? Note. New. Actually, I really like that there. So guess what? It is going there. Okay, before I end up with all these little resin pieces stuck to my hands, I'm going to put some of them back in my envelope because I just checked our time and we're almost at an hour here, folks. So I will finish up this pocket and tag I'm currently working on. And then that'll be it for today. And I will be back tomorrow, since it's simply a weekend. And we'll just have another nice, relaxing crafting day. And see what we can get done tomorrow. Maybe I'll work on it some tonight. I really am not sure at this point. But that looks really cool on there, I think. So I'm going to just let it sit there. It will fit in our pocket because we gave it gussets. And it needs a topper, so let's just use the one we got ready for our other tag, and then we can make another one for it. I'm just going to put it through my little hole here. When I go back to put the other one on, since I covered up the hole, I might just decide to staple the top on. Oh no, it has the pretty hole reinforcer. I definitely can't do that. I love those hole reinforcers, and I really don't want to cover them up. So let's give this tag an ink up. See what my resin piece did on me while I was trying to put my tag topper on? It popped off. So let's put her back around there. Okay. Stick that down again. My resin piece is slightly warped, but I think it'll be okay once it takes hold. So we're going to leave it that way and put our little lady's foot right there on top. And let's ink my tag before we put it back in here. I think we need more ink. Where did the ink go? Clear over here, of course. It slid and now it's hiding. See what happens when you get all this stuff out to work on a journal? You just have no room. I think I'd have to have a dining room table that seats 12 people to have enough room to craft with all my stuff to where I can get to it, huh? That's okay. That central thing there is just gonna bother me until I get it in the journal, I guess, and let it sit for a while. Yeah, I really like to put the ink down around these. I'll come back and add more glue if I have to, but I really like to add the ink to these. There, that should be starting to stick there. There we go. And this is completely blank on the back, which would allow for a lot of journaling on the back, if you so chose to do it. Okay. Oh, came right back off there. Well, we're going to fix it this time. We're going to pull out the big guns. Give this about a good 10-second warm up and we'll be just fine. I'm going to give it a good little bit of glue because I want to make sure it stays down. And put her down. If we can get up, we got it on her foot. Well, it's going to have to go there now, Miriam. So that's where we're going to keep it. Pull all my strings off. gracious. Timmy. This is what I don't like about using my glue gun, is all the little stringies, because I don't like strings. There's little glue strings anyway. I don't mind threads and things, but I just don't like glue strings. Alright, we're going to see if we can squeeze some up here to push down this other warped part of this, since it did warp on me. Well, that really wasn't a very good thing to do, but I'll wait till it dries and I'll get that glue off there. Actually, probably, once I get it cleaned up a bit from all the glue strings, it will be just fine. Got it. Yeah. Oh, you can't see it anyway. I just used my glue gun to glue that stop sign label down. I'll turn it off, and ooh, look at all that glue around that tip. That's not a good thing. See if I can use this old bit of glue stick case to scrape some of this off here before it all dries back on here. There we go. That got a good bit of it there. Okay, then I can just throw my glue case in the trash if it doesn't stick to my hand first. Oh, she brought it right back in the other hand. And it does not turn off. You have to wait for it to turn off on its own. So, we'll put it back in its silicone cup up there. And now we can put this baby in our little gusset pocket. Let's get rid of the glue stick piece before I end up with it stuck to me. And put this baby back in here. Oh, make sure we get below the little thing. And load our pocket good. Did it stay? Or did we glue it shut? I think we glued a little bit too much. But maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, stuck good. Except for the corner. There we go. Got it. Just a little teeny tiny bit of paper there was stuck down. Now it goes just in there. Not a bit of a problem. And I'm going to slip a little bit of glue up here on this edge of this pocket so that hopefully it won't come apart in time. There we go. Take that part down and hold her down there for a minute. And, oh, we're getting a good shine in of the sunshine. So we better end this video with this, or we're going to get a lot of glare of sunshine. So I will finish up here, you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye for now.